Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. I think I'm trying to make this as part two of dealing with rude customers and basically making deliveries and making sure that you're doing the best that you can with what you have, because that's all we really are out here doing, is just doing the best that we can with what we've got. And in that video, I included that text message that you can send to people to always make sure that you're letting them know to rate you. Okay, this way the ratings work really well with you. I realized that when I sent that one little text message that I included in the description, and I'm probably going to include it in this next description again, so make sure that every one of you guys get this, is that ratings are very, very powerful. Okay, and sometimes customers don't rate us and they forget. I'm guilty of that. I'm sure everybody else is guilty of that as well. So sometimes they need that little nudge just to remember that ratings do matter. That's how you stay on these platforms. And the ratings are very, very strong, especially in certain situations when you get rude customers. And if you're in that process of sending that text message out consistently, over and over, again and again, whether you deal with rude customers or no rude customers at all, what starts to happen is it starts to create a compounding effect. Now you start to get other customers responding to you and rating and giving you ratings. And then the positive ratings will sometimes overcome the negative ones, because you're constantly in that process of sending that text message. Boom, 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 constantly. I work with numbers. I know what numbers can do. And I know how powerful numbers are. I know how powerful stats are, okay? And when I keep stats on myself and when I do numbers, I realize that you get an effect. For every cause, there is an effect, okay? And when it comes to stuff like that, it really, really works. So hopefully that text message that I sent in the description on my video helps you guys. Again, the best way to use it, whether you're doing DoorDash or whether you're doing Grubhub or whether you're doing Walmart Sparks, is just make sure that when you leave from the place, send the text message. Okay? And just keep sending it to every delivery you do. Just get into a rhythm of doing it. I know it can be cumbersome sometimes, but by getting the customer to be proactive with you and by then having them do the ratings, it will pick your ratings up even more. And who knows, maybe it might actually help with you making better deliveries, getting better deliveries done. I just know that when I was at a 3.7, by doing that text message over several months, like maybe 1 or 2 months, it shot up to like 4.6. So it's reaching the masses. They just have to be aware to rate you. Also, another thing too, and this is probably a good one, I hope you can take advantage of this tip and trick as well. Also, when you drop something off to the customer, whether it's food or grocery deliveries, they say that you have about 10 to 20 seconds to make a good impression. And if you drop it off to the customer and you're smiling and you're laughing and you're joking around and they're connecting with you, always turn around and say to them, hey, if you can, I appreciate it if you could leave me 2 thumbs up on the app. It will make a big difference. And you'd be very surprised how they'll actually do that for you. Okay? Because inherently, people want to be able to help other people. I know that even though we live in these trying times right now, inherently, people want to be able to help other people. Okay? And I think that with the text message that I sent and I put in the description below, and having the fact that you can just talk to the people and acknowledge them in those brief 10 to 20 seconds where you make that kind of little mini rapport with them, it will make a difference for you in your ratings. Because by keeping your ratings up, they'll probably send you better offers. You'll stay on the app a lot longer, because everything on these apps is based on the ratings. Totally. I mean, if we don't look at the acceptance rate, because Normally, most of the stuff they send is basically, crappy in DoorDash. But when you accept the right ones and you show that kind of customer service to the customer, the ratings will keep you on the platforms a lot longer. So just keep that in mind for yourself, and it works. It works. One hand washes the other. Everybody helps everybody. And they do appreciate the service, whether we believe it or not, So just think about that for yourself. And shout out to the person who actually, left me that comment. I hope it helped you a lot. Always remember that you're doing your best and your best is good enough. And will there be more rude customers in the future? Of course, But always remember never to take it personal. That basically it's their problem. They have probably issues in their lives. They probably have things going on in their lives. And we just have to be a little bit more compassionate. I know it kind of sucks, but that's the truth. I always remember to do my best to always remember how good I really have it. I mean, when we're doing these food deliveries or grocery deliveries, part of what we do is provide a service. And it is customer service in every sense of the word. And sometimes it can be a pain in the ass when people don't understand. Or sometimes when we get tip baited, we feel like, oh my God, I don't know if this person's going to tip bait me or not. So I'm probably not going to take this order. I'm probably not going to give as much good service as possible. But there's really nothing else you can do. So the golden rule is just always do your best to be good to people. And provide the best service you can possible. Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. And if you can maintain that as your core value, then you'll be able to flow naturally and easily and realize that it's really not about you. It's about them. And whatever is going on in their lives and what's going on with them when you're giving them that food, try not to be too snippy or too mean, and just say thank you, or have a great day, and just walk away. Don't feed into them. Don't feed into the negativity. Don't feed into the bullshit. Just realize that just like there are trolls online that always want to try to set you off, the haters, the best thing to do is not to feed the haters any kind of energy. To just say thank you. Or, just be courteous and kind. And eventually they fade away, And that's the same way you got to be with the people that don't tip or the ones that are rude, You're out there by yourself. You have to understand that there's nobody that's going to have your back except you, okay? So it's not like you work for Amazon and you can go back to your boss and say, oh, this customer was rude to me, I'm not going to go here and do that. No, it's not like that, okay? You're out here by yourself. And the main thing you got to really look out for is you, okay? So you have to live by a code, okay? You have to live by a code that keeps you grounded so that you can stay consistently doing what you're doing. It's just that simple. Live by a code. Create your own code that makes it possible for you to be able to stay consistent with this and not take it personal, You're providing a service. That's it. And whether they appreciate it or they don't, that's not your job. That's not your problem. That's their problem, okay? And most of the times you will come across a lot of good people. Also, another thing too is with certain restaurants, when you're dealing with DoorDash, okay? I know that there have been other influencers that say to always create a blacklist of restaurants that are very slow. Do your best to stay away from those restaurants if they're slow and they're slowing you down, okay? There are some restaurants that I will not take food delivery from. And I'm not going to try to mention any of them because I don't want to, put them out there like that. But, I have my own blacklist that I use to avoid restaurants that don't basically got their stuff together, So I know I can't do anything about that. So I can only control what I can control. And I control to avoid those places to the best of my ability. That's how you get stronger. That's how you get better. And that's how you develop good rhythm and flow in the delivery business. That being said, I hope this helped you a lot. And again, leave me 2 likes. Subscribe to my channel. I try to do my best to come up with a lot of tips and tricks on my experiences. Turn on that notification button so that you'll be able to get my notifications all the time. And in the near future, I will be bringing in some new YouTube content creators that I'm going to be mentioning indirectly. These have been my pillars in learning everything about food deliveries as well as grocery deliveries. And you can almost say they have been like my mentors, but they don't know that. Just by seeing their actions and seeing what they're doing, I can then refer their channel to you so that you can understand where I'm coming from, so you can get some tips and tricks from them as well too, and I'm sure that they will appreciate it. That being said, have a great day and stay strong out there.